Pangsha village in the far eastern corner of India remains a mute witness to events past and the present. This sleepy hamlet on the slopes of the great mountains imagines a border with Myanmar to its existence. The daily log drum beats by the villagers reverberate across the sacred Saramati mountain ranges, a war cry indeed, but a war of a different kind. Even though the village has seen and fought many wars, it is evident that they fear a catastrophe to fight a big battle to save their clan. The village elder who sits daily in front of the morung on the debris of the British helicopter shaft, a memento of the Second World War, always thinks of saving his clan from this horrible human misery. It is part of the daily chores for the people to discuss about this new danger, symbolizing the spirit of the Khyamnyungans, one of the Naga tribes, to face the consequences of this battle. The elderly man is right. They have to wage one more war, but this time against the killer disease HIV/AIDS.
Lâu rồi nà nông hàm nông nông đi nông eli nông chỉ can gì ta yang chế eli chỉ can gì ta hàm nhọc mì thế ta này hàm bên mai nông để cô cái non cái đó lâu rồi màu tí cho nó xí mua lì yam mai yam mai nông ye chỉ xí yếu nói cô nông yang chế eli thay ra đó tí cho nó eli đó nông ayang la chano truck SIV nong ho ko nong liao non akya sia thai tha.
Migration, drug use, poverty, ignorance, apathy, social consequences of change, gender, a porous international border, and other socio-economic and political issues have contributed to the invasion of HIV/AIDS. Even though the common salt bridges the barrier between the two sides, it sadly links the infection too.
Three days low. 3 days. I living in Goima actually, so I visit my family also.
The expansion of Naga villages inside Myanmar and their dependency on the Indian soil has created unrestricted problems apart from allowing the infection to run amok. The outreach workers from this border town walk to infinity to help the Nagas on the other side of the border. They even carry blood sample vials in specially designed plantain stems as part of the struggle to fight this battle. Tuensang town is no exception to this trend. The virus has gobbled greedily, posing a great challenge to the daily lives of the people. But here again, the Nagas are fighting the virus, finding new ways and avenues to push the dire consequences. With the dubious distinction of having the highest number of infected cases in the country, Tuensang is fighting a fierce battle to subdue the virus and its spread.
International border, sometimes they used to come here. At that time, we used to meet and we share about HIV and AIDS, and they understand and they test that. At that time, some of them from Tingyungan, Sabao, and Himpu Nokyan, like that, the result was positive, HIV positive. So to reach there, we took 3 days and 2 days like that. So it's very difficult to reach them and to give, to follow up, na? It's very difficult.
हम तो खाता है RD, फिर भी तो न्यूट्रिशन के लिए हम लोग सपोर्ट तो हम लोग चाहिए.
मोटा मोजन ब्लड टेस्ट करिছে कुरा तो पॉजिटिव ওলাইছে আৰু পাচাবি দুজন আছে হেতু দুটা আছে আৰু এনিগা মই বি চার্জ খান বি আইগেনে ইনিয়া পার্সোনাল কৰি দিছে
মই একদম বিয়া মানি থাকিছে ina khor du ko tias itu bina jane dawe khamani lo pera ki logoi ina make saf pera thaki shalibi yete gana mo ini bisi change hoise duba mo change wa sa gana satika mina change hobi te guna chiti chani res.
The role played by the church and the church-based organizations are a saving grace in fighting the battle. The church here is channelizing its energy in an organized manner hand in hand with government bodies and NGOs to fight and stop the spread of this virus. This great example has become a model and a meaningful way of using spiritual power to augment the cause.
We usually visiting infects, HIV infects families, giving counseling, encouraging, providing some medicines, providing their needs, and provide medicine also.
We woke up to this problem very lately, and this pandemic, the problem of HIV/AIDS has been spreading very fast. Our problem is to change the mindset of the people. We feel that we should take up this work because we need to take care of both the human as a body with a human being as with having this physical as well as the spiritual side.
A treacherous terrain from Tuensang mars the journey to the capital Kohima, the largest hanging village cradled in the eastern verges of the Himalayas. But even this has not stopped the virus and its consequences from spreading further into the state. It tells a tale of apathy in the spread of infection in the urban Naga society. The war cemetery, a consequence of the Battle of Kohima during the Second World War, lies on the slopes of Garrison Hill, an evident witness to bloody wars fought on this land. But the Nagas now are facing the dreaded virus head-on, a war of a different kind. The war has also taken its toll, thus affecting the urban fabric of society.
ART शुरू हो जाए इधर खाई ना एक साल पर हो जाए इधर खा दो मैं गाँव ठीक ताक और मैं इधर मोला family member खान भी उनके बीच मरम गए.
The plains of Dimapur link Nagaland to the rest of the country.
और अभी जो उसका नशे में घुस गया फट निकलता नहीं सकता है. तो जहाँ भी जाएगा तो बाहर में चला जाने से तो इतना उसका भावना नहीं आता है. तो दीमापुर में आने से उसका भावना तो शुरू हो जाता है. मन नहीं मानता है, मतलब खींचता है ना चंबू का माफी ना.
इको न छे और मैं तो सब छे के नाइस है और आमी हम तो फैमिली भी इमान रिच भी नहीं पोर फैमिली था इसे और आमी हम तो महीना ला मैनेज भी हार्डली ना इन्या कोना था इसे और मोहन ला फैमिली दे भी इमान दुख दी के नाइस और ताहन दी हेल्पलेस मुझे को ना पड़ा और लास्ट इन्हीं का वजह से
यहाँ में आके हमको ये अच्छा मिलने के लिए मौका मिला है, तो यहाँ आके हम यहाँ में दवाई खा के अपना से आपको अच्छा कर रहे हैं ना। अभी हम सोच रहे हैं यहाँ से हमको हमारा ज़िंदगी सही होगा नहीं क्या, वो हम सोचते रहिए है ना। तो हमने हमारे लिए ये बहुत अच्छा है।
जब वो दवाई देने शुरू हुआ, अभी हम 5 महीना हो रहा है, उस दिन से आज तक हम दूसरा दवाई भी मिक्स नहीं किया। ये दवाई से हम अच्छा से आज तक चल रहा है।
Nagaland is luxuriously green and inhabited by tribes who have fiercely protected their tradition, culture and identity. Colorful costumes, complete with clan motifs and headdress, war paint once in a while, and traditional villages are just some of the intriguing facades of the people of Nagaland. With over a 2 million population, Nagaland, one of the northeastern states of India, is very strategic in the Indian subcontinent. The transformation and metamorphosis of the tribal culture, along with its impact on socio, economic and political spheres, have given Nagaland a distinct identity and crisis too.
When the whole country is looking at phase 3 as the window of opportunity, for Tuensang this is the last opportunity, the last option left for us. And so we're looking at phase 3, waiting for the government, looking at bilaterals to come in and to see that we don't do, that the interventions don't limit just to a drop-in center, but then it's a massive upscaling, uniform upscaling, where we have linked personnels, where we have every village being intervened.
As India enters the third phase of the National AIDS Control Program, it is very critical for the state to get a specific plan to address HIV and its consequences. The Nagaland State AIDS Control Society, a nodal agency to fight the virus and its dynamics, is making all efforts to arrest the spread. The learning process and decades of experience has made them to effectively look into the needs of Naga society to fight this disease. The specific planning, both in grassroots and in urban levels, along with the NGOs, activists and donor partners, has helped the Nagaland State AIDS Control Society to go deep into the problem of HIV and its related complexities.
Problem is quite serious. As you know, we are among, I think we are 6th highest in the country in terms of incidence of HIV. So it's a very major problem as far as we are concerned, and a lot of initiatives have been taken by the government and to reduce the incidence of HIV and AIDS in Nagaland. Therefore, we are definitely taking this matter very seriously.
NACB first was somewhat, a non-starter, even in the state when it was introduced. I think NACB 2 had made some breakthrough, and some, grounding of the programming also has been done. And I look forward again for the NACB 3 because this will give a lot of coordination among the stakeholders, both in terms of, the HIV positive and also the NGOs, the funding partners, and also the government.
Our focus has to be state specific, it has to be area specific, and then in a place like Nagaland, there are so many interventions are being made.
When we look at all this, we realize that awareness and discussions about HIV/AIDS and the problems has to be continued on a continuous basis. It has to be discussed. Only then people will begin to understand, and ownership will take place. We're trying to take full advantage of the church, and we've invested a lot of our time, energy in trying to build a relationship and also sensitizing the church towards this problem. We feel that a lot has been done and a lot is being done, and if we continue like this, I'm sure that change will also take place.
Nagaland is among one of the 6 high prevalence states in the country. With a prevalence rate of 1.28%, a political will and direction to fight the battle is essential. The political direction to face the challenge has made a significant progress in addressing HIV in this closed tribal society.
That Nagaland state is one among the 6th highest prevailing states of HIV and AIDS. So it sounds very alarming. If we give a direction to the youth, then they will become an asset, and then they will realize, they will value their life, and then their behavior changes will come. Besides the other government agencies, we are involving the civil societies, the NGOs, and the church leaders. And today, things are getting better, but we have lots more things to do.
We have already formed legislature forum, Nagaland Legislature Forum on AIDS. So we will deduct 1 lakh rupees from all the constituency, which will be used specifically for HIV AIDS infection. It is, I see, we should not only depend on the other agency, outside agency, but if we can also earmark a certain amount of money in the state plan, I think that will do a lot of things. AIDS, HIV is also included in the school curriculums. So we have also discussed with the pastors, the reverends, so that this can be openly discussed even in the church, because this is a very serious issue, and we must take up the issue on war footing from all circles.
Well, we are deeply concerned about the rise in the HIV and AIDS incidents, as well as the rise in the drug users, particularly among the young people. Legislatures forum in the assembly, cutting across the party line, that we must fight alongside the different societies and the governmental machineries to fight this menace.
Because whatever asset that we have, whatever knowledge that we acquire, it will become a meaningless once the generation is wiped out with this dreaded disease. And to combat this, we have been associating with the Nagaland State AIDS Control Society, and in one time that we have also kept as a partner working together with NSAC by creating an awareness, and even went to the extent of forming Red Ribbon Club in all the villages and ward by involving the youths.
People at large, they're just coming to know the impact of HIV/AIDS. So it's a very serious issue among the Nagas. So mothers, so far as we can see, the mothers, especially the Naga mothers, they are very serious about it. When they take care of the family, they're taking care of the community, and like vice versa. So they are very serious into it, and then especially the mothers, they feel that this is part and parcel of their duty. After after being exposed, we have also come to realize that it is there in our community, in our family also. Like, they don't hide anymore, and they're also trying their best to see how best they can also stop this spread.
The role of NGOs in fighting the battle is crucial in looking at the dynamics of this virus in Nagaland. The NGOs here have taken all possible steps to bridge the gap in addressing the issues and consequences. As catalysts, they are implementing the programs of the government at the grassroots in addressing HIV.
As I've already said, that Nagaland is again demographically, geographically, and then even ethnically very different from the rest of the country. So unless very specific research is being done for this specific area, I think general policy sometimes may not have much impact.
And in fact, we have set up a network of Nagaland Drugs and AIDS Organization to keep ourselves united, to cooperate with the state government and work as hard as possible to reduce and even to reverse the trend of HIV/AIDS. So that is NGO commitment.
For stigma, for discrimination, because of this, the fear psychosis that has been created by awareness.
NECO interest is only on IDU. That is how we drug users feel that NECO is discriminating us, number one. Number two, if more DUs, drug users become IDU and get infected with HIV, I should say NECO should be held responsible. Now we need some program for HIV along with HIV, hepatitis B and C. And if the government can provide Hep C treatment, then that will be very nice.
If we look at the situation, not many Naga children are in the streets as of now, but with the rate that is going on, alcoholic mother, alcoholic fathers, mothers and fathers into drugs, into sex work, many Naga children will also end up in the streets if this trend continues. So this program for the children has to continue in one way or the other. If not, the future for these children and the future for the state is at stake.
This is a war that cannot end at dusk. The struggle goes on, but the twilight across the horizon symbolizes the aspirations of a people who do not give up easily and will fight to the finish.
But we go on, we have a dream. The children laughing and flowers in the spring. We have a dream to see our world through the eyes of a child. We have a dream. Aberrations every day.